My dear students, let us start our 20th lesson, and our today's topic is verbs and auxiliaries. Classes of verbs. There are two classes of verbs in English language. First, it's ordinary verbs, and second, it's auxiliary verbs or auxiliaries. Auxiliary verbs are further divided into primary auxiliaries and modals. Their modals are also called as modal verbs, or they are also called as modal auxiliaries. First, primary auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries, these verbs act as main verbs as well as helping verbs. And modals or modal auxiliaries, these verbs are used with ordinary verbs and express certain meanings such as ability, permission, probability, possibility, etc. Ordinary verbs, all other verbs are ordinary verbs. For example, we have in it eat, like, or we have work, we have see, we have saw, we have grasp, we have understand, we have comprehend, we have hear. So they convey ordinary, etc. They convey actually the meaning, or they convey the action in a sentence. In case of primary auxiliaries, we have various present forms of be, that is, am, and are, and then past form of be verb, that's was and were, and also we have has and have, and we also have had, and then we have another three verbs, do and does, present forms, and did, that's their past form. In case of models, we have, like, for example, we have will, we have would, we have shall, we have may, we have can, or we have must, should, dare to, used to, etc. And in fact, each model carries some certain or specific meanings. So let us first start with primary auxiliaries. And as I told you that these verbs are the verbs that act as main verbs as well as helping verbs. So let us have a look at the example number 1, where the example is she is a smart girl. So is the form of be, is here acts as the main verb. While in the example number 2, she is doing her job very well. That means it acts as a helping verb, and they're the main verb or the ordinary verb, that is in that this example, that is doing, it denotes the action. In example number 3, we say it said I am tired, so am acts as main verb. While in the fourth, example number 4, I am feeling sleepy this time, so am here acts as a helping verb. Similarly, have a look at example number 5. We say that are you all right, so here it acts as are acts as a main verb. And in example number 6, they aren't coming tonight, it acts as a helping verb. So helping verbs, what like various forms of be, they are used as helping verbs, and also they are used in case of questions, to ask questions, and also they are used in case of negative sentences where not is added to them. Now let us have a look at example number 7. My sister was able to read at the age of 2. So was in this example is the main verb. In example number 8, do you know him? Yes, I do. Do acts as helping verb because it has been used with the ordinary verb know. And in the same example, yes, I do, it acts as main verb. You can say yes, I know him, or you can simply say yes, I do. And if you will say yes, I do, then that means do acts as the main verb in the shorter form. So in example number 9, she sings well. Sings, here sings is the verb. Yes, she does, or we can say no, she doesn't. So there does will act as the main verb, or doesn't, or we can say it in the shorter form, or we can say she doesn't, that will also act as the main verb. But if you have to say yes, she does, when you say yes, she does, you mean to say that she sings well. But if you will say she sings well, that time you won't use does with sing. Does is used with sing only when you say that it is in negative. Like you will say that she doesn't sing well. That is correct. But if you will say she does sing well, that is considered to be incorrect. He doesn't work. In this example, doesn't acts as helping verb, and work is the main verb, or work is actually the ordinary verb in this example, so it acts as the main verb because work denotes the action. In example number 11, did he arrive? Did is helping verb and arrive is the main verb. No, he didn't. In negative it is given, so we use these primary auxiliaries in negative forms as well. He has worked hard, so it means here worked, it is the past participle form, and has been used with it, so here has acts as the helping verb. Why? In the example number 13, has acts as the main verb here because has, have, and had, it also has another meaning, that is possess. So here, instead of saying he possesses two brothers, we can say he has two brothers. And similarly, in example number 14, we have finished our task. We can say like there have has acted as the helping verb, and here the main verb or the ordinary verb is finished because it denotes the action. So this is how primary auxiliaries, they act as main verbs and also they act as helping verbs. Now let us discuss modals or modal auxiliaries. First we will start with the weakest, and then gradually we will move to the strongest modal. And first we will start with will. Will is used in case of probability. That means where you are not certain about, certain about something. Like we say, for example, she will join us. That means you are not certain. There is probability in it. She will join, she may join, or she may not join. Number two, to express future happenings, but especially where you, again, where you are not certain, and where sometimes if you haven't decided anything about the future, that time you also use will. Like we say, it will rain tomorrow. So it is a future happening. So tomorrow it may rain or it may not. And similarly, we say like I will go to picnic with my friends next week. So in this example, we have used will, but this example suggests us that we are not certain whether we will go or not. And if you have decided that, or this means that you haven't decided whether you will go or not. But if you have decided something for the future, then will is not used. That instead of will, we use present continuous tense. So if you have decided something, like it will, this sentence would have been like this: I am going to picnic with my friends next week. That would suggest that you have decided that you will go with your, definitely you are going with your friends next week. But if you say that I will go, that means you are not certain, you have not decided yet. Then the next model, that is shall. Its first use is suggestions, and in case of suggestions especially, we use with first person pronouns I and we, and also in, especially in questions, like we say shall we talk, or shall I leave, or I shall leave now, etc. Number two, for commands, like we can say I shall not talk to him, or we say like she shall not talk to me. So it's a command. Even with the third person pronoun, we have used shall. In case of commands, we can use shall even with the third person pronouns. But in case of suggestions, we use shall only with I and we. And in case you are not certain whether we suggestions, whether you should use with first person pronoun I and we, whether you should use will or shall, then it's more suitable is that you should use will. Even will is no, will is used more now as compared to shall. So this was all for today, and in our next lesson we will discuss other models, where we have to discuss uh, can, could, may, might, must, etc. We will discuss that in our next lesson. So thank you for today. Thank you very much.